What is up, everybody? So, I just got back from seeing Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, and I have to say, to be honest with you guys, I absolutely enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved the way how they told the story, the way how they told the actions, or the way how they had the action parts in this movie. And I must admit, Cosmic Wonder, you have done yourself because there's certain parts where or many of you guys are. I've been looking at different sources of here and there where rumors had this and rumors had that. I'm just gonna tell you guys, you have no idea there's certain parts where you're gonna expect to happen, but there's gonna be certain parts where you're like, oh my god, how you know this was gonna be like this? It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be all mixed feelings in between. Where like certain parts, I think you guys would expect to happen. Where there's gonna be other parts where you really did not expect, especially on the last part. The last part, at least I didn't expect. And one of the end credit scenes, I did not expect that at all. Like I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, like how does that, like, you're gonna have one of those moments. At least for me anyway. And just so you guys know, I'm basically like, I'm a Marvel guy, right? But I'm not like a die-hearted Marvel geek guy yet. So I'm not gonna like every part or every superhero movie. Like not every superhero movie or Marvel movie is gonna be a perfect movie for me. So they're gonna have their flaws, and here and there things I didn't really care for, and things that I really loved. So there are gonna be parts that I really loved, and there are gonna be parts where I just really didn't care for. So, like for instance, like one of the things I really didn't care for, like I guess you can say, like it was a little small woke moment, like very very small. Not a whole lot, but it was very very small. I didn't really care for. I didn't really need to see that, but I get it because it's part of, you know, American Chapter story. So I get it, you know. But let me just say that I wouldn't be surprised if that would be talked about the most because, since the LGBTQ, and I know they're probably gonna be yeah, they're gonna be a little disappointed in certain parts, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you guys see the movie. But overall, I enjoyed it. The other parts I didn't really care. There's other parts where I didn't really care. Like there's certain stories that didn't really need to be there, or certain part of the humor didn't really need to be there. Um, there's two end credit scenes. The first one, like I said before, I didn't expect it. I was shocked. I was surprised. The second one, I didn't really care for. In my opinion, I didn't think it was needed. To tell you the truth, like I guess they just put it in there just so they show everybody what happened after that moment. But to be honest with you, I had to agree with the Cosmic Wonder and the Real Rejects. I feel like it didn't really need to be there, but you know, and I must say, America Chavez, I didn't know who she was, but the story kind of like educated me of who she really was and who she grew up and whatever. I mean, more power to her, and I thought her powers were cool. I thought it was cool. It was cool for the most part. Doctor Strange, usually doing his thing, I mean, I love Doctor Strange, man, especially those certain powers that he moved and certain things like I didn't think he would do, but he did, and man, it was, Doctor Strange was awesome. To me, he was awesome. And the Scarlet Witch, I mean, you don't know, you really see the true color of how powerful Wanda really is. Especially when she holds the Scarlet Witch powers. You find out exactly how powerful and how dark she really, really is. I mean, it was, wow. It was, I gotta say, I'd be lying to you if I say that I wouldn't watch this movie again, because I sure as hell would. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would. I would watch it. Even though there's certain parts I didn't really care for. Like, there's certain, maybe little sense of humor that, it didn't really click for me. I'm not a big sense of humor guy, so, I mean, certain parts it hit, I thought it was kind of funny. Others, they were like, okay, I get it. But, I didn't really, I wasn't interested in it. Let's just put it that way. And, yeah, so that's what I think of the movie. And then, what else? What else do I want to talk about? I don't want to give any spoilers yet until the next video, which I'll be talking about things that I remember and things I remember the most, you know. So that's gonna be on the next video, which is spoiler review. Let me see what else. What else? Oh, the last part after the very last part. Well, before I was saying at the end of the movie, it gets a little emotional. It gets. You can feel the tensions. You can feel a little emotional, and in regards to Wanda. Because I mean, we all know this. The movie is basically it's about Doctor Strange. He's trying to stop this madness of multiverse, and he's trying to stop Wanda in getting America's Chavez powers, so she don't control the entire multiverse. Because we know that Wanda her powers. She's the bad girl. She's a villain. But that's because of her powers, not because of who she is. It's her power. So mainly, yeah, Wanda is the bad villain. So, Doctor Strange, he has to do what he can to make sure that he can stop and control the multiverse, but also control the dark ritual that Wanda has. Kind of like trap it in somehow, some way. And man, I gotta tell you, it was dark. It was dark. Some part of it dark. It had some, not to, maybe this might be a little bit of a spoiler here and there, but there's might be some jump scares, if you want to put it. Like, if you haven't seen, like, how to put it, like, Paranormal Activity movies, or, like, Michael Myers movies, you know how sometimes when the serial killers or something demonic, you know how they pop out of nowhere? It's gonna be one of those. So be prepared, okay? If you're not into like horror film and all the rituals and all satanic and witchcraft and all that, might not be for you. But if you are into those things and also into Marvel, then this movie is basically just for you, just like it is to me. So, if I could rate this movie 0 to 5, 0 meaning never ever watching this damn movie again, 5 meaning the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life, I would give it 4 out of 5. For me, only 4 out of 5 as far as rating goes. And like I said, just certain things where I didn't really care for. But I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be lying. I would be lying to you if I say that I would not watch this movie again, because I would, without a shadow of a doubt. I cannot wait for it to be, because I have Disney Plus. So I cannot wait to stream it again, and only this time on Disney Plus on my 4K TV, and to watch it over and over and over and over again. And obviously, go through the story mode from Iron Man all the way to Endgame, all the way to WandaVision, all the way to Spider-Man No Way Home and stuff. And by the way, I forgot to mention, this goes back to between the WandaVision and Spider-Man No Way Home. So Captain Wonder was absolutely correct. He was right. And I think a lot of you guys probably knew about it before I did, but I don't want to believe, and I wanted to see it for myself. Like, when I see Colin Wonder giving his thoughts on what's going to happen and whatever, because he digs deep into comics. I don't. So when I watch the movies, I see it just how the movie is and not how the comics and how the comic represent. You know, I just go by the movie. I don't go by the comics and the movie. I just go by the movie. I'm just like a movie guy who just loves a good storytelling, good action, and good Marvel movie. Period. Okay, especially if they're superheroes. I guess you could call it superheroes or good Marvel characters that I'm really interested in, and those characters happen to be Wanda. I was gonna say Vision, Wanda the Scarlet Witch, and Doctor Strange. That's it. You know, other characters I thought. Oh, I forgot Wanda. Wanda. Let me tell you, man. At the beginning of the movie, man, let's just say Juan had his shining moment. He did. He did. Juan killed it, man. Juan, from the beginning and at the end, man, this dude, he killed it, man. I thought he did a good job in his role, man, but his part in the character. I don't know his real name, so I'm just calling him Juan because you know the character Juan. So you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know his real name. You know, I'm not good with names. Only two I know is Doctor Strange's real name, which is Benedict. I know it sounds kind of wrong when I say it, but I know his first name, and I cannot pronounce his last name. But obviously, and then the woman that plays Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen. Those are the only two I can kind of remember. And yeah, those are the only two I can kind of remember their real name. But for now, listen, I'm just sticking to their character name, not by their real name. I mean, listen, it is what it is. You know, that's the only way for me I can remember them. You know, but yeah, Wanda. I was saying about Juan. Juan, he did his role. I gotta admit, he had his shine, man. A couple parts he did. Like I said, to me it was the beginning and it was the end. It was awesome. It was really he killed it. And then let's just say that there's certain cameos in there that I'm sure everybody would expect that they were there, but at the same time, I'm sure none of you guys probably didn't expect. Well, at least I expected it for something to happen in the Illuminati. Let's just leave it as that. I'm not gonna give it away as much, but let's just say, remember in the trailer that they were showing us the Illuminati, and we kind of knew that. Well, it's not really a spoiler because everybody kind of knew that Professor X was gonna be there. Let's just say you have no idea what you're in for. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. That part right there, that's gonna let's just say that's gonna show you how powerful Wanda truly is. How powerful she truly is. So, yeah. Trying to remember everything else. I already gave my ratings a 4 out of 5. I just talk out of the blue. Things I can remember and, things I want to talk about and stuff like that. I already gave my review of the movie, which is 4 out of 5 for me. But I'm just trying to remember everything else that I can think of that I thought was cool. I want to remember the good stuff. I don't want to remember too much of the bad stuff. And honestly, to tell you the truth, there wasn't many. Like, it wasn't many bad parts. It was actually more good than bad. Like I said, there's certain parts, like I said, the sense of humor stuff, and then there was probably one part of the woke part that I really didn't care for. And, but that's just me. I mean, everybody has different tastes, and I'm not knocking down the scene there. I'm just saying I didn't really care for it. I just thought, I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay. And that was it, So, it didn't really shove it down our throats. Let's just leave it as that. But, yeah. Other than that, I mean, it was awesome. I love the movie. I love the movie, and like I said, it was more good than the bad. But it wasn't perfect. For me, anyway. So, yeah. I think that's all I gotta say, man. So, Post your comments down below and let me know, what do you guys think of the movie? Do you guys loved it? Have you guys seen the movie? If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. Like I said, if you're into witchcraft and sinister and horror stuff, I think you're gonna enjoy it. If you're into Marvel stuff, I know you're gonna enjoy it. If you're a super duper, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. If you're a super duper Marvel fan, then you wouldn't have a problem seeing this movie. But if you're not like into like horror stuff, you probably won't enjoy as much as those other two guys that I mentioned. So, hey, so everybody has their taste, right? So, just letting you guys know. But yeah, if you have seen the movie, let me know on the comments below, and let me know what you guys think of the movie. So, and if you enjoy my review on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which this t-shirt right here, this t-shirt, this is Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and you see all characters and everything. I love this t-shirt. But anyway, if you enjoyed this review, you can go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Make sure you guys click on the notification bell so that way you guys can get more upcoming videos in the near future. And if there's any videos you guys want me to do a reaction or do a challenge, you could always just leave it on the comment section down below. And if you have any questions for me, you can either leave it on the comment section as well, or you can email me at greatenzo97@gmail.com. Alright guys, well, until next time, peace out.